From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, this is MADDEN Football on EA Sports. We'll see Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Now the temperatures are cooling off, but the sun is still shining, and that makes for perfect football weather in the city of Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field and quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 30-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 30 yards. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. But they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign, took his game to a new level, and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. On first and 10, it's Pickett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing: take care of the football.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. Down to about the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. Room here to run. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 32 yards for Gus Edwards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and you mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you bring some doubt in their minds.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Sims going to go ahead and hold on to this one, and they'll start at the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's got room. There he goes, right side. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Going to hand this off to Harris. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Pickett will look to pass it. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. For the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Boswell's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later. How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Bateman, it's complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on fourth down. From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 57 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Pickett. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Justin Houston. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Prochet on the return. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. 60 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go with Edwards left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. A give for Edwards running right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flushed out right. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards with his second touchdown in this opening quarter, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this league could become.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Sim's going to go ahead and hold on to this one, and they'll start at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. And he gets this one just shy of 40. They'll mark it down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Pickens on the slant.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. They run again with Harris. And some room to work. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Harris will score. Touchdown, Steelers. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is down to 28-10. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow, and if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final game.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up. Throw
is Jackson. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll start the drive with Harris. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Pickett. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
Escaping the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman on a touchdown throw from Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Pickett now on 1st down. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And this guy can be everywhere. Kyle Hamilton getting there to drop him for a loss. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Pickett will look to throw it here. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
86 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Pickett. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed completed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
7 yards there and a first down. To the right side, this is Edwards. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Running left is Edwards. They'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker now to add the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one, maybe not the hard-fought battle many had hoped for. This has been blowout city thus far, but still more football to be played. Who knows what could happen? As we send you right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Oh, the return is Prochet.
A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
This time Jackson will throw it. Being chased out left. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now it's Jackson, forced out to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Dancing to his left. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. When we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also have those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson.
That one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Jackson. Tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and it definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Harris running straight ahead, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Pickett back to throw. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying with Pickett here on 3rd down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
143 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, the 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Sims going to go ahead and hold on to this one, and they'll start at the 25. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Pickett connecting with Freiermuth. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. First and 10, here's Pickett. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And the Ravens Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, that last run for a first down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they've had in the box, they need to add more people.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Now Jackson. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Here's Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as Think. And a loose football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over possession of the football at their 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 164 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Here's Edwards again on second down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on second down. Jackson targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And this is going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now here come the Ravens. We paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result. This is Super Bowl.
Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game. And ball security hasn't been. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jackson on 1st down. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11
situation. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still...
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Pickett to throw on first down.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Here's Pickett.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Looking to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now this throw caught left side, and they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here, Edwards. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Edwards. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
And with that, we say so long from Pittsburgh.